Hi YouTube, it's Boston Girl 5560 and thank you for all of you who've been praying for me, and I appreciate all your prayers. I am not pregnant. No, it didn't work out this time, and I kind of was feeling like it wasn't working out. I actually got my period the day of the pregnancy test, and everybody was still kind of trying to convince me, well, I got my period while I was pregnant. I got my period while I was pregnant. So I didn't really have hope alive at that point. So the day was kind of dragging on because I knew I wasn't pregnant. And so I emailed the social worker and she's like, oh, well, we'll wait on the test. And I just didn't want to do this anymore. And I was, my emotions were raw. But the thing was, it wasn't that I was having some psychological break or something. It was the fact that this is a lot of money to me. Maybe to other people it's not a lot of money, but to me it's a lot of money. So I was telling her, how I felt about it because I had a doctor's appointment that day if it was negative. Now back up. The doctor only gave me 3 or 4 tries anyway, and she didn't really seem that confident that would happen. She only gave me a 10% chance. So I, wasn't feeling it. And I told the social worker I needed a break, you know. So she said, do you want to talk to the doctor? I was like, not really. So, but the doctor eventually called me and she was like, well, I don't think you should come back here, with this break. You should work on your emotions and stuff like that. And that she feels that my next step is IVF. And I hate how everybody throws around this IVF like it's $25 or something. If I'm bitching about the price of IUI, how do you think I feel about 15 to 20 grand on IVF? That is not guaranteed. My friend did IVF. She did not come home with a baby. It is not guaranteed that IVF would work. So I'm going to go through kind of everything that happened. I wrote it down. So this might be a little long blog. So I'm not going back to the clinic. I decided on that. I'm not upset about that. The one thing I am happy about is that I did take most of the fertility tests I needed to take. Now, the one where my tubes are open, so I know that. So I didn't do good on the AMH test, which is fine, but I reacted very well to fertility drugs, which they were shocked because usually people who don't do well on AMH don't react well to fertility drugs. So, to me, she said we were dealing with the egg quality issue. I'm like, how do you know that unless you or dissect one of my eggs and know that there is an egg quality issue? I don't think you know that because when I went to the reproductive endocrinologist, she said a low AMH just means that you might go through menopause early. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your eggs. Now, the AMH test is so new. Everybody's having these little conflicting talks about it. I'm like, whatever. I'm not accepting that right now. So the financial stress, in the immortal words of Big Worm, messing with my money's like messing with my emotions, was getting to me. And I'm even already mad that I'm this far in the hole and I didn't want to go any further for maybe. And I even told the doctor I was a little resentful, actually a lot resentful, that I didn't try the natural way in the first place. Sexual healing. Let's make love tonight. And there was reasons behind that. But the point is, usually people who end up here were lesbians to start with, or they have been trying to have babies for 6 months to a year and it didn't happen. I didn't have that. So let's say I just had sex and got pregnant. I don't really know that I have fertility problems. And I don't feel 3 chances at that outrageous price is going to tell me if I really have fertility problems. So I'm flipping the script. I'm changing up how I felt about this, and it's my right too. So I'm going with a known donor. And thank you to all the lesbian couples that I've watched their YouTube. videos, and they talked about going with a known donor. And people, my mother, my aunt, my friends, like, why don't you just find somebody, find someone? And I was totally against it. I mean, come on. Why would you want to do that? You know, I had all these reasons and rhymes until my pockets started getting thin. And I'm like, well, maybe I need to rethink this. So I actually found my known donor. Yay! So we're working out the logistics, the STD testing. He's already done the STD testing, and we're going to get recent HIV tests. He's college educated, very handsome, and we're also working on the contract. And I have to find the laws in Georgia because, you know, he's giving up all rights, you know, so, and he's going to, you know, see the child once he's 18, like that door's open. But it's just like I went to a sperm bank, you know, I am sold to this child, nothing else. He actually has identical twins in his family. His father's an identical twin. So yay, it might increase my chances of having twins. My next step is a new gynecologist. Yes. So I have an appointment coming up June 11th. And what I really want from this gynecologist is some damn Clomid. I want the fertility drug, you know, a prescription. So we'll see what happens with that. That's what I'm shooting for. If not, if I do not get the Clomid, I'm going to try my best to get that damn Clomid. But if I don't, I'm going to try soy isoflavones. And if you want to know, I might do more about that anyways, because I've been researching this crap for a year and a half, and I'm going to do a series of different topics that I researched and what I found out. And, you know, not that I have the answer, not that it all necessarily worked for me, but it can give you an insight of what you might want to look into, research, maybe give a try. So my known donor's in it for the long haul, at least he says so, and very accommodating and everything else. So I'm happy about that. What has this fertility journey done for me? It's taught me a lot. The first miscarriage really took me down kind of emotionally. And the second time when it didn't work, I wasn't really upset like that. Because to me, if each insemination was $40 or something, I wouldn't have gave a damn. But the fact that it was $2,000 plus each time really, really bothered me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I make good money, but I don't make that damn good money just to throw that out the window. And I'm kind of working backwards because usually people do the known donor first and then go to the IUI, and I kind of went backwards in this situation. But it just took, you know, these tries for me to process how I want to go about this and what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. I'm not willing to get myself in so much debt that I can't afford to feed a child. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm trying this route. So also what it's, these drugs have done to me is jacked up my skin. My skin is discolored. I have acne all over the place. And I have to say, I cannot wait till it's freaking cleared up. Now, when will that happen? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. My pluses is that I have good reactions to fertility drugs, you know. And I also feel like doing it this way will help me stress less, because they kept saying that stress was the worst thing for trying to get pregnant. And I'll tell you, every time I was looking at those bills, still got some coming in, I was getting more and more stressed. I don't like owing a lot of people money. You know what I mean? Like, even though I can afford to pay it, but that's not the point. I just don't like debt. So that's my story. If you have any questions, concerns, or I'm going to do a couple videos on different things. I'm in my pajamas. Since I'm probably like ready, I'm going to probably do at least one more video tonight on a single mother by choice topic or subject or something. I'm going to make a list of different videos that people might be interested in, or I'm not the expert or anything, but the research I've done, figured out, or whatever that could maybe tip the scales to make it work for you. Okay, bye YouTube.